It's Bob and Tom Tonight, starring Chick McGee, Christy Lee, Josh Arnold, and Tom Griswold. And now, here's Tom.
Bob and Tom. Bob and Tom. Bob and Tom.
Welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show, coming to you live from the Napa Auto Parts Studios. The room is unusually female heavy at this point.
Yeah.
Because we have two ladies in the studio.
What a lovely thing to say. Well, we're a little female heavy.
Well, that's because the Jackass twins, Chick and Josh, are outside.
John and Jerry, hi. We're the Jackass twins.
Welcome back to the Napa Auto Parts indoor and outdoor studios. Wow, this is annoying. It's like having two crows talking. We are celebrating Steak and Eggs Day. It's Omaha Steak and Eggs Day. Look, just because the teacher's not in the room doesn't mean I'm not going to punish you when you get back.
Oh, shaking in my boots. Whoop-de-doo. Look at you, Baldy.
Oh, that's very good. Baldy.
How's it going, One Eye?
Baldy, the one-eyed check writer.
Called him One Eye.
I'm trying to write it down, Chick.
Donnie Baker has joined the boys out there. We're going to hook up with comedian Al Jackson in just a couple of minutes here. Certainly looking forward to that. Once again, celebrating Omaha Steak and Eggs Day. Donnie, have you had your breakfast yet?
Man, I've heard Omaha mentioned so much, I thought Peyton Manning was here, Tom. This stuff is perfect cut. I swear to God.
It is delicious. What a nice breakfast. And thanks
it's
again
wonderful.
to Omaha Steaks and to Eric Spangle, our chef today. The other Mr. Spangle.
You know, he brought my steak over here, and he had his thumb on my steak. I said, hey, get your thumb off my steak. And he goes, okay, if you want it to fall on the ground again. pretty.
The classics.
That old Jim. Hey, Tom, stalagmites are on the ground. It has the G in the word, Stalactites are the C in the word is for ceiling, so that's how you remember.
Stalactite, stalagmite.
Yeah.
Okay.
G, ground, C, ceiling.
We were
There you
discussing
go.
the ceiling and John.
So thank you for all the people that are sending in.
Okay. Because coming up, we have Pornhub in the news. Can you guys break away and come on in? Because we're going to talk with Al Jackson. See if you can hook me up with Al Ace. Hey, Al, can you hear me?
I can hear you, brother. I can feel you.
It's good to talk to you.
How are your teeth, Al?
Christy, thank you for asking. I am 100% recovered.
Oh,
Now,
nice.
Give us the story again. What's the story here?
I guess last Monday, not this Monday, last Monday, I cracked a wisdom tooth. Nerve got infected. Face got infected. Hello.
Yikes.
And it was really like Civil War pain.
Mm-hmm.
It was just like I was going to get a bottle of whiskey and some pliers. Like it hurt that bad.
Wow.
And it was intense, man. And so I had my surgery Friday. Took my penicillin like I do every Friday.
Mm-hmm.
And
Preemptive.
yeah, exactly.
Just in case.
I call that my pre-penicillin.
Yes.
Never be too safe.
Your pregame.
Yeah, that's what I roofie myself with that, Tom.
How many did they take out?
Took 4 wisdom teeth out. 4 wisdom teeth out. Yes.
Oral surgeon, obviously.
And you're already recovered.
Yes.
The swelling's gone down?
Swelling's gone. I feel like $1 million. I feel like I can't lose.
Wow. God, when I had mine done, I looked like my basketball head for more than a week.
Oh, don't tell me that. Both my girls need it done, and I've been putting it off.
Mine were the roots on mine were all squirrely and weird, so it hurt. But I'm glad.
Yeah, well, your girls are young, so it's like I waited till I was 42, so my gums I had like those Abe Lincoln gums, so it was way worse.
Really?
I thought that everybody was supposed to get all of them out. Isn't that the thing?
Not all people
I
have
think if
all
they
power.
don't bother
Yeah.
you.
Some people, in fact, well, I don't want to bring up the English, but I have a friend who's English, and not something they routinely do in England.
Yeah, well, it's because they want to keep all that they can.
Yeah, I guess.
Wow.
but-
No, I've been watching a lot of English television, and the thing about teeth is true.
Tom, I wanted to ask you: have you trademarked the Jackass twins?
No, maybe I should.
That is because don't Chick and Josh seem like two bullies that never left their hometown?
We can hear you, you son of a bitch. We're right here.
Whatever you say,
Bully
dingus.
people at the gas station. Couldn't you just see like every time you walked in the gas station, even at 45, just Josh going, "You suck."
Now, Al, we actually have an interesting topic today. Now, I know that you have a tattoo.
I do, just one.
In honor of?
Mi abuela, my grandmother.
There you go.
Shout out Marcella.
And Jess over there has pretty much a sleeve on her left arm.
I do.
Of tattoos.
Yeah.
Mr. McGee has a number of tributes, among other things, mostly to the Washington Redskins.
Yeah, I have 8 tattoos. Yeah.
And then
8.
We have brought up a topic that Jess actually thought of last week, which was...
we were talking, Tom and I were talking about tattoos that I never got, and I'm so glad that I didn't get.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah.
So, like when you're 18 and you thought, I think I'll get this tattoo. Now, before we
Right.
get to that, by the way, do you have an orchestra in your apartment? Al, what is that noise?
I do
in there?
not.
What
It
is it?
sounds like a nice place. You live right there by the freeway? Sounds like a really nice
It's
place.
6 in the morning. There's nobody here. I
What
feel
was that
weird
noise?
now.
I
Anybody
doubt
else hear
that.
Maybe the mics were still on outside where we were.
We all
That's-
really
first of all,
doubt you're
they
by
had-
yourself, okay?
Honestly, let me tell you how I know the mics are still on where you guys are. Is because when Tom goes, "Oh, we're playing all the hits," I thought he was referring to the fact that we could hear the show. So leave my crappy
Okay.
makeshift sad man studio alone. I have a sad divorced dad studio, and it's silent.
Sad Man Studios is a great name.
That is a good name.
Ooh, that
Yeah,
is
and the
good.
2 engineers would be the Jackass twins.
Yeah. Hey, how you doing? How you doing, Al? Oh, I see you're still black. Okay. That was something the Jackass.
Al,
did. Yeah.
Al, for years I had talked about this, and it ended up on. I've been talking about this for 25 years. My idea to have a restaurant for divorced guys, and you'd walk in, and it was all stand-up kitchen sinks, and you'd be served your food right there at the sink.
Just lean it
There'd be
against the sink.
TV sets right above it on
It'd be the same
ESPN.
meal every day.
Yeah, yeah. Uh-huh,
Yes.
yes.
They do have that restaurant. It's called the Bar at Applebee's.
Sad Man.
Any bar attached to a hotel.
Yeah, Sad
That's
Man
a sad
Cafe.
man.
Have you eaten at Single Moms? That's a good restaurant. The other night I had 4 goldfish and half a thing of applesauce. It was good.
It's a nice restaurant.
Yeah, pretty good.
Now, Al, I want to, before we get to our tattoo hunk, now, Christy, do you have that story that just came out today about tattoos in the survey? This is pretty interesting.
According to a new study, people with visible tattoos are more likely to act impulsively and recklessly than their non-inked counterparts.
Well, this is what they've been saying for decades.
Yes.
Impulse control, huh?
The Times of London reported that a group of economists conducted the survey in the hopes of finding out why tattoos have become so popular, even as employers and society at large tend to discriminate against people who are tatted up.
Not anymore.
Oh, yeah, they do.
The survey indicated. I read the whole thing. It was it's in the New York Post. The point of it is, if you have tattoos, for example, that anyone can see on your hands or wrists or whatever, those people in the survey tended to be more impulsive in other aspects of their lives, which is obviously why tattoo parlors are often very close to bars.
Gotcha.
Because you tend to be more impulsive when intoxicated.
Or in vacation spots.
Yeah.
Like
yeah.
near the beach.
Especially when you're surrounded by your peers.
Yeah.
And someone goes, "Hey man, Mondor got a tattoo above his ass crack. Maybe you should do it." Sure. So Al, I think we'll start with you. When you were 18, had you had the opportunity to get a tattoo, what would you have gotten?
I'm 42, so when I was 18, I'm basically in high school. That was when everybody was getting like the lion claw ripping through the flesh. So like, you know what I'm talking about, Josh?
Yeah, it looks like it's coming out of you.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. So it was just like, oh yeah, you're so untamed. You can't hold this tiger back. It's like, all right. So yeah, it was a lot of those. So I'm glad I didn't do that.
I'd be wondering this in American, I guess in African American culture, contemporary African American culture. I wonder if there is a more common tattoo, Because I bet they also go along, ethnic and racial lines with respect to what are the most common tattoos.
You know what I would be curious to see, Tom, is how many Wakanda tattoos there are now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I guarantee you, there's obviously the movie's 2 years old now. There's probably a lot of Wakanda tattoos.
Yeah.
'Cause it looks cool anyway, and it's a cultural symbol. Who is the running back for the Steelers? Le'Veon Bell, who got robbed by those two girls he was having a threesome with, and they took his $500,000 Wakanda pendant.
Oh my gosh.
I think it was all black diamonds or something. It was awesome.
He had a $500,000 Wakanda pendant to be stolen, for starters. Let's go there. Yeah.
Yeah. How do you get that insured? Do you have to have someone to follow you around at all times?
There has to be a special rider if you have.
Yeah. And then I'd also be curious if there are locations of tattoos that people of certain backgrounds tend to get. Because I can guess one right away.
White girls.
Those neck tattoos with the guy's name on them.
Oh, I was thinking white girls right above the
gluteal
ass hat.
the gluteal cleft.
Yeah.
But is that kind of old school now? The tramp stamp?
I think that was a big thing when I was in high school.
Yeah.
A lot of my friends have those, and I am so grateful that I never did, because if I were to get one, I planned on getting the Texas Longhorn logo. Right.
Wow.
Right above the. Right
Were
above
you a
the
Texas Longhorn fan?
No, I
Talk
just
about
thought
hook 'em
it looked,
horns.
I listened
Yeah.
to a lot of country music back then. Yeah.
Thought it looked tough.
Yeah.
Oh, that's tough.
See, I don't
So
have anything
grateful.
to even
Time
because
to
when
feed
I
the
was
bull.
when I was in high school,
time to
no,
ride the bull. Isn't that the idea?
no one had tattoos.
Suggestive of what in some states would be considered sodomy, but let's move on.
No
I
one
don't
had
understand
tattoos when we were in
sodomy.
high school, Tom. So we don't have anything to. I mean, I wouldn't even know.
No, but I'm just saying, I think this is a fair question that just came up with. If you were 18 years old,
Right.
and the tattoo
What, a disco ball? That would have been.
tattoo culture, and tattoo culture was the way it is now. What would you have gotten, and would you regret it?
I just looked up the barbed wire tattoo because
Yeah.
I
Yeah, when
wondered.
did that start?
Well,
That-
it started
that
in
was-
Russian prisons.
Oh.
During the Stalin era is when it started, but Pam Anderson is the one who made it popular in the
Yeah.
movie. Remember barbed
Barbed
wire?
wire. Yeah.
Remember when there were
Who could forget?
1995.
there were essentially three tattoos. There was the anchor,
Yep.
the mom, and the person's name and a heart with an arrow through it.
Yeah.
That was pretty much all you could get.
or armed
Roses.
services, USMC.
Yeah, sure,
or,
sure.
Yeah.
And then there was the men primarily who had traveled overseas to some country, particularly usually Asia, where they had the calligraphy, whatever it was, and now you
Right.
get that at the mall, and the joke is a million years old, but what does it say? And it's always it's a phrase meaning whatever, peace be with you or something.
Yeah.
It usually means snow peas and carrots or something.
Right.
You never know.
I liked it when it was tough people that only had tattoos. And I think there should be a physical fitness test before you get a tattoo.
Really?
I want to
Yeah.
see some hipster
Have you had a
skinny
tattoo? You don't
jeans.
have a tattoo.
No, I wouldn't
That's
pass
a
the physical fitness test.
That is the physical fitness test, is if you can sit in the chair and
Oh,
get
I
the
could do
tattoo.
that.
No, you couldn't.
You don't think I could sit there and take the pain of
What's
getting
your
a tattoo?
pain tolerance like?
It's very low, but I can still sit there and do
Do
it.
you understand the porn he watches?
Now,
The self-harm?
By the way, Pam Anderson is having her barbed wire removed. Yeah.
okay, I believe that.
Mark
Now-
Wahlberg had his entire body, had everything removed. He had a ton of tattoos and
Whoa.
had them all removed.
Wow.
That is
Well,
more,
I think-
that's more painful
think
than
they-
getting a tattoo.
Yeah, I've had one tattoo removed. Whew.
They symbolize your youth, and I think because I know Mark Wahlberg had like a kind of a tumultuous youth.
Yes,
Right.
yeah.
So I think a lot of times when you get those removed, you're kind of like, it's symbolic of you kind of cleansing yourself of whatever was going on in your youth. Because it's just, I don't think people understand the permanency of just like having. I remember I was in Tampa one time, and this girl was at a show. She showed me her tattoo, and on her thigh, she had an aluminum can, like a Coke can, that somebody had smoked meth out of. And it was a tattoo.
Lovely,
It was
lovely.
the weirdest thing. I'm like, you have this on your body forever. It was like a can that somebody would have used to smoke meth out of and then throw in the alley.
Wow.
And she put it on her body forever.
Yeah.
I thought that was so interesting.
Well, I don't think anyone ever said meth heads make great decisions.
No.
I don't think typically they advertise for, say, air traffic control. Hey, currently smoking meth? We need brain surgeons and air traffic controllers.
Say
Apply
what
now.
you want, Tom. They'll be awake to do it.
Yeah.
That's true. Tom, so at
awake and
18,
focused.
what would you have put on your body? What was your thing at 18?
God, I don't know.
Madras?
Yes. How about a nice Chris Craft
Craft,
there on your bicep? How about that?
That's a nice logo, Chris Craft
Oh,
boats.
that is nice.
You know what, though? If you were to get an anchor, it would make sense or something like that, you know? Because
Yeah,
you
because
sailed
you're
most a lot
A sailboat, maybe.
Sail.
Yeah, you're a sailor. Yeah.
You could get
might
the
be
Blue
fun.
Peter up there.
The raising the Blue Peter is a sailing expression that the sailors would look out the window in any given port if the Blue Peter was up and they had to
Yes.
get back to, because the ship was about to leave. And
That means you're always leaving port.
yeah, and also raising the Blue Peter was something that didn't get much of an opportunity to do in high school. Now, would you ever? Let me ask you this, Jess. Would you ever do a neck tattoo?
No. I have a sleeve and I can cover it up and no one will ever see it. And that's
Okay,
so when
'cause-
I need to, that's what I do.
Well, if guys get a neck tattoo, it's handy because that way, if you're wearing a clip-on tie, nobody's going to notice because they're so busy looking at.
Your neck.
Oh wow, you love Dolores, huh?
I've seen the property of on women's on their necks.
Oh, how nice.
Yes, isn't
That's
that nice?
romantic, isn't
That's
it?
right.
That's when you know it's real.
You get in there and get you a tattoo. You love me or not?
Now, actually, Al, we were talking about this earlier last year when we were in Louisville. We were talking to a woman that specializes in tattoo removal, and she said the tattoo she removes the most is, see if you can guess it, Al.
People's names.
That's what I would have thought, but no, it's those wedding band tattoos.
Oh.
I have a friend that has that. He's in the process of having it removed. But yes, I have and it takes forever and it's painful. Apparently,
painful.
She
it
said it
so
really,
painful.
she said it really hurts.
Can't you just cover it up with a new wedding band?
Well, Christy, that's what you would do. That's Christy's technique, historically.
Well, Chrissy, clearly this person's not making great decisions with who they're marrying.
Well, that apparently.
What?
Wow. Well, Al, let's get to our quiz real quick, and we'll get back to tattoos in a second.
All right, Tom, let's do this very quickly. Tom, if I told you I was on the Lolo from the Popo, what am I saying?
Well, the Popo clearly means police. I've learned that.
What's Lola?
Lolo, what would that mean? That you're currently not, there are no warrants as we speak out on you. Would that be it? No?
No, you're on the right. You're on the right state.
Does this involve warrants of some sort, or whether or not
Are
you're
you
being
hiding?
sought?
Yes, what Christy said.
Oh, I see. You're on the lam.
Yeah.
Such as it is.
Yeah, I'm on the Lolo from the Popo. Wow. Tom, what does Captain Save-A-Ho mean?
Ahoy, Captain Save-A-Ho.
I don't know, but I love it.
I can guess. I would think if you're at a gathering where there are a number of people and you see someone who you think maybe perhaps considered to be a round-heeled lady, but you're interested enough to say, look, I'm going to go be Captain Save-A-Ho and pull her away from that guy
God,
and take her home myself. Would that be?
You're actually kind of on the right track. It's not right? Does anybody have another guess?
Yeah,
Tom's he's not off.
It's the guy that thinks he can hook up with the sort of promiscuous woman and change her and make her his girlfriend.
That is the textbook definition.
Make a hoe a housewife.
Right.
There you go. Tom, can I hear you use Captain Save-A-Ho in the sentence?
In the movie Pretty Woman, Richard Gere would have been Captain Save-A-Ho.
There you go.
Yeah.
For
That
real.
is
Very nice.
That's what they should have
Very
called
good.
it.
It is.
I think Captain Save-A-Ho would have got a lot fewer women to go see the film. That'd
What
be my
is
guess.
it? Make a hoe a housewife?
dude.
Yeah, that's what you said.
Dude, Captain Save-A-Ho could easily be, you get Kevin Hart and Tiffany Haddish.
Oh, yeah.
That's the Pretty Woman remake right there.
Yeah, good point.
Well,
That is a great. I always thought Pretty Woman was so weird. It's like, it's an adorable story about a hooker. Like, what the hell? Like, why is that so romantic? I never got that.
that's such a fantasy.
Of course it is.
Of what? Being with a woman that's been with 19 guys that day?
It's a fantasy for women.
Yeah.
They get to go
Yeah,
shopping.
until you get inside and it's a drive-in movie theater in there. Do you understand how wide Julia Roberts was?
Well, okay, we have time for one more, Al.
Bless you.
All right.
Sorry.
Tom, if I told you that chick was 7:30, what would I be saying about him?
Okay, I'm looking
Well,
at a clock.
if I lose 100 pounds, I'd be 730. Is that right? Am I right on that? Am I close?
If we shaved a one off.
Does this have something to do with the position of the hands on a clock?
Yes, it does.
It does? Okay, 7:30. I'm looking.
7:30.
I don't know.
I'll make a guess.
Any guesses? Take
Yeah,
a guess, Josh.
I'm gonna guess that we're referring to 7:30 p.m. and I'm gonna say he's dressed and ready to go out.
That's a good guess. It's not right, but I like
That
it.
is
Was
a good
such
guess.
a polite answer.
Does it have something to do if I said
It's
Josh?
a gentlemanly answer.
If I said Josh is a 750, would that mean the piece of pie that he wants is?
Yes. If a pie were a clock, 750 is the largest piece that I would want because I've already eaten the first 50 minutes. Oh,
sorry, John.
You're not sorry.
I'm sorry.
If you chuckle when you say you're sorry, it doesn't.
Okay, what is it, Al? I give up.
It means that it means he's crazy. 6:30 is straight up and down. So 7:30 is a little bit bent.
A little off. I like it.
This is a
So somebody was like, "Hey, let's do the Bob and Tom show for 8 hours a day." You'd be like, "Hey, our program director is 7:30. I'm not doing that."
I love it.
I like that.
God, I can't keep up with all this stuff.
I really like that.
This is really confusing. Does everyone get that except for me? I mean, would you?
Yeah, so 6:30 is up
Straight up and down.
So 7:30 is a little off. Oh man, that guy's.
Yeah, because you were right on the right track when you talk about the hands of a clock. I was like, I think Tom's about to get this.
No, not even close.
That's really clever.
Okay, well, thank you very much, Al. I always enjoy this segment.
Yes.
We'll learn more next week.
Glad you're feeling okay.
I want to remind everyone that the now 4 teeth less than he had last week, Al Jackson, is going to be at the famous Helium Comedy Club coming up October 18th through the 19th in Indy, and then November 16th, Green Bay at the Meyer Theater.
All right.
That's a huge date with a bunch of friends of the Bob and Tom Show.
Green
I'll be there.
Beezy.
I'll be there.
Yes, you will.
Wow.
You sound surprised.
I am.
No,
you know how I found out about that I was going to be there? I
How?
saw the advertisement.
Welcome to the show.
Go Green Bay. Thanks, Al.
Hey, love you guys. Talk to you
Okay,
soon.
that's great.
Watch the entire show live or on demand with the Bob and Tom VIP All Access Pass. Listen live with the Bob and Tom app and make sure to visit bobandtomstore.com. Tune in next time for more Bob and Tom Tonight.